Hey, we're live. What's going on, everybody? Nate Powell from ferociousbeard.com. Welcome to the the Ferocious Friday Night Free-for-All. How are you guys doing today? I checked in about an hour ago and I saw a couple of people had already jumped on. Can you believe that? That's awesome. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate it. It looks like E-Rock was first. You were first in the broadcast tonight. Awesome. And looks like you came in at 6:51 my time. So who else came in here? We got Bearded Joey Hookums in the house. Bearded Beta dropped in. Of course, Bearded Metal Chef is in too. The Bearded Down Low. What's going on? But Redneck Viking was the first to hit the thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you very much, Redneck. And we got some chats pushing these chats out of the way. We got Billy Rogers in here. What's going on? Thanks for jumping in here. Brad Cromer's in the house. That's right. Hit that like button. Bearded Hillbilly, how you doing, man? Thanks for jumping in here. Bearded Joey Hookum, I said hi, and I got a chance to talk to Bearded Joey Hookum earlier. It was great talking to you, man. Thank you. Call anytime, you guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to answer your questions. Just talk. You guys want to talk about anything? Let's do it. I love to talk, especially now we're all stuck in the house. So it's great to have this kind of interaction between us. Logan, what's going on? Thank you for jumping in here. Let's see. I am having a really great night, actually. We had pizza for dinner, and I'm just ready to talk to you guys and hang out and just have some fun. That's what Friday nights are all about. T-Bearded Strickland, thanks for jumping in here. And Redneck has been waiting. Andrew, what's going on? Thanks for jumping in here. You are in the house. We've got a great show lined up for you guys tonight. Let me see. Let me get my notes here because I've got a couple of things I wanted to mention. First of all, there were actually only 3. I'm not just saying only because I was surprised. We had 3 people enter this week's video giveaway where I announced the giveaway, which is fine. That's okay. That means there's more chance for whomever enters to win those giveaways. So we will have some additional giveaways on the show tonight. So don't worry about that. But for the giveaway that I posted the video a few days ago, there were 3 people that watched the video and followed the instructions. So those 3 individuals are in the running to win the giveaway for that giveaway. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a combo giveaway of a beard oil and beard butter. Since the butters are doing well, you know, in other words, people are buying butters more than bombs these days. So I think that's what we're going to do is for, like, you know, the standard giveaway is an oil and a balm, but I think our standard giveaway, at least for these contests and giveaways, will be a oil and a butter, unless you specify otherwise, because I think, you know, that seems like where people are going now is with butters. So that's right. Let's see. There is more chance of you winning. Brad said he watched the video and forgot to email me. Oh, man. Well, that's okay, Brad. We're going to have some extra giveaways tonight, so you may still win yet. We'll have to see about that. Bearded Download says he's absolutely loving that Sublime Texas Peach and Ode to Joy. Sublime is probably my new favorite. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, that Sublime, when we first rolled it out, we called it Lime Sublime Verbena, and I really love that scent. I always said if I had to go to a desert island for a year and I could only take one beard oil with me, that would probably be the one, because I can wear that every day and love it. It's just like a nice lime coconut verbena scent, and it's just really a nice scent. See, Bearded Joey Hookum, Ode to Joy is phenomenal, fellas. Thank you very much. That is a phenomenal scent, and that is one of 2 collaborations we've got going on at the moment. We've got one, of course, with Lance, the Bearded Down Low. It's called Legendary, and that one, what he says is progress is a process, and that's totally true. If you want to do anything, you want to get somewhere, it's a process to get there, guys, and you can't just automatically just get to where you want to be unless, you know, you got an inside connection or you won the lottery or something. But you've got to take steps to get to where you want to be. So that is definitely a great slogan. Progress is a process. And that's blackberry, Cuban tobacco, Texas cedarwood, and amber. It's a really nice blend. You've got a little bit of that smokiness from the Texas cedarwood, but that amber makes it nice and sweet. The blackberry, of course, gives it some fruity scent to it, and the Cuban tobacco just to give you that nice unlit cigar blend in there too. So that is what the profile is for Legendary. The second collaboration we've got going on this month, we haven't done collabs in really ever, and this month we did 2, and I love doing them. So if you have an idea for a collab, let me know. But the second collaboration we did was Oud to Joy with Bearded Beta. And the scent profile on that is raspberry and oud. It's just an amazing scent. And they both of these collabs come in oil, balm, and butter. And in fact, they come in wax too. If they're not set up for wax yet, I will make sure that happens. But if you'd like it in a wax, we can certainly do it before I update the website. So it's also been a I'll say we've got the largest order we've ever had this month. And that order was for 100 butters. And these were 1 ounce butters. And 1 ounce butters, that's unusual for Ferocious because usually our butters come in 2 ounces, but we're going to roll out a 1 ounce as well. So we'll have both the 1 ounce and 2 ounce butters to choose from. Kind of like we do with our balms now. You can get either 1 ounce or 2 ounce. But we'll be talking more about that in a little while. There is a new scent that I'm testing, but I will just keep that kind of under wraps for now. But it does involve oud, and I will let you guys know what that's going to be once I'm a little bit further on in the testing of that. So that's what's happening so far. So what are you guys up to? Let's see the comments here. A couple more people jumped in and I wanted to say hi. Let me see. It looks like, yeah, Faithfully Bearded jumped in. Thank you for joining. Hope you are well. I am very well, and I appreciate that. Hope you are as well. Things are great over here. We're just, we're just making do as we can, just like everybody else out there. It's crazy. It's like you watch the news and you don't know what to make of it. But all we can do is look out for each other and ourselves and make sure that we're all taken care of. That's really all we can do. All right, let's see. That one, I think I read this one before, but let's see what else. Kylie's reviews just gave my dad a thing of butter. Oh, cool. Did he say anything one way or the other if he liked it? Or did you not get it? And I'm not sure if he might have just got it just now. So he probably hasn't had a chance to even try it yet. I'm just going through catching up, guys. Redneck Viking says, if I win, I'm going to have to send it to my little brother. Cool, man. That's awesome. Thank you. That's really commendable. 10 hours. Bearded Download says the Sublime lasts 10 hours I think in beard, which it is a long lasting scent. It's not like a in your face strong scent. It's a nice mild scent, but it does last for a while. So, all right, let's see here. We answered that profile for Oud and Joy, raspberry and oud. Bearders Maximus says, go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Boo Chiefs fans. Go Broncos. All right, let's see. Faithfully says he always has scent ideas. Well, I am happy to make those for you if you'd like. Just let me know and we can do a collab with you as well. That would be awesome. I love doing collabs. So we're on a roll now. I treat collabs similar to how we do the create your owns. So we definitely are happy to do that anytime. Let's see, beard code Maximus. Let me just see. Can a brother get a 4 ounce? Yes, that can be done. In fact, I do have these jars here. This right here is just a 4 ounce balm. It's not even, there's no scent in this one. This is a naked, but it was just really, I got some jars and they can be used. If you want to, actually, you know what? I might even make that an option to order. Let me just update the website with that. And then once the website is updated, then of course that would be just click on the size you want and the scent, and we can do that. But yeah, we can definitely do that. Let's see here. Beardus Maximus says, I got a scent being made for me right now, waiting for a sample to see what it needs. Oh, you know it, brother. So Faithfully says, I'll take a 50-ounce butter. You know something? Believe it or not, one person I talked to when I didn't know what the hell I was doing other than just making beard oils, he, like, every couple of days he would email me and he says, oh, I want to make a gallon of beard oil, a gallon. And I'm like, well, that's a heck of a lot of freaking beard oil. But I mean, I'm happy to do it. But of course, we never consummated the deal. We never decided. I guess he dropped off. I was like, that's just crazy. I think a gallon of beard oil, I mean, for yourself, that wouldn't even, it would go bad, I think, before you even get a chance to use it. So I didn't know if he was going to maybe sell it or whatever. Schoolwork in Clone Wars chronological marathon. Nice. Oh, Billy Rogers says he's working hospital detail tonight. My coworker laughs when she hears my name. Well, thank you for working out there at the hospital, man. That's some, definitely a tough spot to be in right now. So thank you for what you're doing. Beard code. Jeff Mason says he's late. That's okay. Better late than never. And you are in, and we're going to be here for, you never know how long. It might be an hour. It might be 2. We'll see. We'll have to see. But you got plenty of time. It's only 8:12. Jeremy Johnson, what's going on? You are in the house. Thanks for jumping in here. Barb Powell, who's that? That's my wife. She is one of the people that make the products that you order. So a gallon. That's right. She this person wanted a gallon. So Redneck says my code for Ferocious is Redneck Viking 84. You'll get 15% off. I know a company that probably buys their oils in gallons. Yeah, for sure. That is definitely for companies that are, selling their own. I can see where they'd want a gallon of it in mix or whatever. It would take them, some time to get that going, to pour it into bottles and then just sell it to other people. And the thing is, I don't know what people do with beard oils after I sell it to them. They may give it away. They may use it themselves. I just don't know. But I mean, to order a gallon though, that probably they're selling it. If I'd have to guess, now that I'm a little bit more understanding of the industry, I think that's probably what they'd be doing. But they never ordered it anyway. So, but that's how it goes. So let's see. I think what I want to do is I would like to do the giveaway first for the video. And the question I had was, I wanted folks to nominate a recipient that, as a result of the coronavirus, it has impacted their life in some way. Not necessarily that they got sick, but maybe they were laid off, or maybe they, had some, they had to work from home. They had to do something that, because of this, maybe they're having a tough time keeping up with their beard with beard oil and stuff like that. So what I wanted to do is have folks send me an email with someone they wanted to nominate to receive a prize from Ferocious, beard oil, beard balm, some products that would help them get through this while we all go through this together. And that's what it was. And 3 people entered. So the 3 people that entered, I'm going to assign you numbers. So Beardus Maximus nominated his brother. He'd been laid off from the oil field, and some beard products would definitely brighten his day. So you are number 1, Beardus. Redneck Viking said he wanted to nominate his little brother because of COVID-19. He had to wait before he could get to the doctor for an important appointment that for his brother. So you are number 2. And Leslie M. Leslie wanted to nominate her brother-in-law. Her sister had back surgery right before the outbreak, and now their kiddos are at home from school. And so her brother-in-law is staying at home taking care of them all. So 1, 2, 3. I misspoke. There were 4. Logan W. Sorry about that. I knew there were 4. I don't know why I said 3, because I think at first I was counting 3. There's 4 people. You are number 4, Logan. So Leslie was number 3. Logan W is number 4. He'd like to nominate his brother. He hasn't worked in over a month and can't afford beard products. I can totally understand that. People reach out periodically and mention their personal struggles right now too. So I can totally appreciate that kind of pressure that people are under. So that is, there's 4 people, and I'm going to bring up this counter, and we're going to see who won that. And I want to make sure you guys can see my screen. So we're going to start with this one's going to be just real easy to pick because it's just 1 through 4. And don't forget, guys, if you do want to enter these giveaways every single week, look for a video from me, answer the question in the video by however I tell you to answer it, and that's it. You're in. So then, I mean, it's really simple, guys. I try to keep it simple. So we've got this randomized number thing. It's set to 1 through 4, and let's see who wins. Number 3. So number 3 was Leslie M. So Leslie will be reaching out to you. I've got your contact information and email, and you will week's video giveaway. So thank you all for entering, and we've got you all in our hearts, and we'll be reaching out to all of you that have entered in any event for, we'll talk about that after a one-on-one. All right, guys. So thank you very much for entering this giveaway. We're going to have much more in a little while as far as giveaways are concerned. But I also wanted to mention that we've got a special guest tonight. His excuse me, his name is Alex. He is the owner of Beard Bento. And what Beard Bento is a it's a specialty monthly subscription that it's just an amazing box. And I'm going to bring him on to talk more about this. So let me bring him on right now. So, and there he is, the man himself. Alex, can you hear me?
Sorry, I'm just, a business was contacting me about getting in the box.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So how are you guys? How's everything for you guys tonight? Are you guys busy with orders?
So yeah, we've been pretty busy this week. We had quite a few orders after the live broadcast last week, and so we've been just filling orders. We've caught up. We've sent everything out for the moment, but it's just been an amazing week, and it's been busy. It's been really busy. I did some order resupplies. So we reordered our carrier oils, several scents that we were running low on. We, did all that kind of stuff and ordered. Now we're just waiting. Now there is a wait though, because a lot of these companies that produce the carrier oils and the raw materials, they're experiencing delays themselves. And they're also experiencing huge jump in orders from people. So because of that, there's a delay in getting them to us. But I think we've got enough to last until they get here. So
yeah, I mean, I know I got contacted today by one of my customers that like their box was delayed like 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, they live here in Tampa. Like this isn't like, somewhere far. They live like maybe 30, 45 minutes from my house.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So yeah, they were supposed to get their box tomorrow, and then they're like, "Yeah, I'm not getting it till Monday." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Like I was like, I checked it like yesterday, and it said Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's I just sent a package over to Ireland, and I sent it actually towards the end of March. And normally, when you send things to Ireland, it takes 8 to 10 days, and then the customer gets it. But the customer emailed me today, and he's like, "Hey, I still haven't received yet any word." And of course, I get the same information as he gets from the post office. It's still being processed. It was last seen in Chicago, so we're monitoring that. But yeah, I think there's just a delay everywhere for these types of things.
I mean, I got hit with one of those yesterday as well from a guy in Sweden. And I was like, wait, what? And it wasn't even for this month's box. It was last month's box. Like, he still hasn't gotten it. And I was like, what? And then I went to go check his tracking, and it just like ends. There's like an end. It arrived in New York. It said it's being processed, and then it's just like nothing. And I was like, I don't know. So I tried to call,
Mm-hmm.
But then you sit on hold for forever, and you're like,
yeah. And to me, my experience with the post office has been when you contact them, they tell you the same thing that you can find out online. Like in other words, they don't tell you more than you already know.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of strange.
So what did you want me to tell them about kind of how does this work?
So what I wanted to do is invite you on to just to kind of talk about your product, your Beard Bento box, and what it's all about. And I thought that would be kind of neat.
So for y'all that aren't aware of what I do or how I do it, I run a monthly subscription box for small batch beard care companies like Ferocious or Ruddy Man, who's in the channel. And what it is it's a monthly box with recurring payment that every month you get a box that has about 4 to 6 products in it, including a full size. And the idea of a bento box, a Japanese bento box, which is kind of where the name came from, is like a school lunchbox. But over there, it's not just like you don't get like a your sandwich, your milk jug, and your apple, and whatever. Over there, the parents make like little individual little size of portions, and they go in these trays inside this box that is kind of divided out. And the idea is that it's a well balanced meal, and it's little samples of things you can So the idea was to do the same thing for beards, right?
Okay.
Like a beard bento. That it's small portions of beard care products to design to give you, at least like for everyone to go, kind of a well-balanced beard nutrition, that you can sample and try out different brands and products, find what really works for you and your beard as far as either the actual product or the scent of the product and the brand. And then, cut through this clutter of like all the brands and all the products that are out there, and do it without spending like god loads of money doing it.
Sure.
And so far we've been seeing, like, for the past, I'd say 4 months or so, we've been seeing a lot of success. And we're seeing it kind of grow month to month, which is really good. And I
that's awesome. So you're seeing a positive growth every month as you're doing it, which means people are getting the word.
Kylie, I got to get your thing out. What do you mean by, Kylie, you haven't received any of your beard mail?
She may be indicating that since she reviews so many products, she's still waiting for, I don't know. I don't want to speak for her, but
I don't know if you're talking about the box, or I know I need to get you out that other package that we talked about, and I got to contact you about that. I just haven't had time the past couple of days with getting the boxes out to really scrounge up everything. That I have extra around the house, and figure out what I have, where it is, and and that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like an awesome idea, though. I know. I mean, it's already, I've seen it on the internet already, so it must be true. But in this case, it is actually. We actually have a 1 ounce product in this month's box, which is a new product for us as far as the sizes, and that's a 1 ounce butter.
Yeah.
And so from a company point of view, I think that's an amazing idea you have, because it does let companies get product into the hands of people that may not have tried your product. And so I think from just a pure marketing point of view, it's an amazing idea. And I really, I think it's great, because you don't have to like convince somebody to try a full size product from a company point of view. You can say, you can send it to them, say, here you go. This is what the companies that I've selected for this month's box. Here's what, because it's a curated box, and you make the decision to send people these particular products, and they can try all of them and say, okay, I like this one. I really like this one. This one, it's okay. You know what I mean? I mean, they get the opportunity to try things.
I didn't like this butter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this balm had too much wax, or I'm a heavy hold guy and this is a light balm, balm. Maybe this just isn't my, but now right? Like,
Yeah.
I think knowing is like half the battle, like, honestly, like, because I think one of the biggest issues is you can read a scent description and you can watch a review of somebody else reviewing a product with their opinions on what it smells like. But until you actually smell it, it doesn't matter, because your nose and your sense of taste, I guess, is going to be different than everybody else's. So, like, I personally don't like smoke. Right? I'm not a smoke guy. But you might love it, so your opinion might be different than mine. Like, so, it's my job to include that smoke product in a box to give you your opportunity. But that might be my personality. Might be like, okay, that's not for me, but that's for somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know, even as someone who's like a maker, I know, like, there's certain scents that I'm not so crazy about, but I know there are people that do like those scents. And so that's why we continue to make them, just because I know that, I can't only sell things that I like, because everybody's different,
Yeah, I sell them a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kylie says, I agree as a consumer that, that's awesome that every month you're going to get something new. And it might be something that you've wanted to try, but for whatever reason, you just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, or you forgot, or because there's so many choices out there. It's great that you can weed through a lot of these choices.
Money is such a huge thing for all of us that it's, and there's just so many products, even if, with you have 55 cents, right? At $17 for every product.
Yeah.
Right. I just, on average, not even like, just for oils, that's a ton of money to try and go through every one of your products to find one that, maybe they like the oil blend. But they keep picking scents that, maybe somebody else has told them is really good, but then turns out not to be their things, but they keep coming back.
Yeah.
That's just a ton of money to go through.
Sure. Yeah. You're absolutely right. It can get very pricey. And I see, lots of people with shelves behind them with probably seriously thousands of dollars worth of beard product.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I'm not knocking it, but I'm saying that is a lot of money that can go into, beard products.
Savings. It's savings.
Yeah. So, but I really like that idea a lot. So, I think you've got a great thing going. And your subscription was it $20 a month, or is it
$19.99 plus shipping? So, and tax. So usually, like, if I can't type anything, if, over here, if you want to put a code up.
Yeah, sure. What's the code?
The code that I created with Tyson and from Faithful and Mike from Beard Swag, and it's Mike Tyson 40. It'll get you 40% off on your first month. So I think it'll come down to something like $14. I can tell you right now. Use the math right now. This is why calculators have, So I think it's 25.63 is what I think it is, without if you were to just purchase it. And then, so total it'll be about $15.37 with tax and shipping included.
How much did you say? $15.37?
For $15.37.
Oh, that's a great deal.
So for $15, so a little over $15, and that's all in. That's your tax, that's your shipping. You know, you're gonna
Wow.
you're gonna get what, 6 products, including one of them being a full size.
Yeah, that's that's a great deal.
Possibly this month again, possibly having 2 full sizes. You know,
Wow. Yeah.
because I'm really trying to work some of the things. I was trying to work with a company last night. I'm working with a company called trying to get them on board, which is a Super Furry. Do you know Super Furry?
I think I saw that name come across Instagram today, just once, and I hadn't heard of it before, and I thought it was a catchy name. Um, and actually, when I was talking about the wall with beard oils, I was thinking exactly of Faithful Bearded because I know
Yeah.
his wall, and it's just an amazing studio with that wall.
I mean, they're a Norwegian company, and so I'm trying to get them to want to do products for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyson. So for less than one single bottle of beard oil, you're getting like what, 6 products? And candy. Possibly not candy this month. There might not be candy this month. I'm going to tell you that. Okay. Now there might be food in the box. There's definitely going to be food in the box, but it might not be candy. I'm working on something here, right? And I feel like I kind of want to tell you what it is, right? That I'm working on, because then maybe it'll motivate the person that I'm working with, right? So the thing I'm trying to do, and it's somebody's talked about the company already in here as the food company, is I'm trying to get beef octane in the box.
Oh,
The new
okay, cool.
the new beard octane beef jerky.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'm trying to get a full bag for everybody, like a
Wow,
full 3 ounce. So
that would be awesome. I just saw a video on Instagram, Beer Times with Sky. I saw a box on his
yeah,
porch.
and I saw that and I looked into it, and then I just reached out to him like a couple hours ago, and was like, all right, what's the wholesale price for these bags? Like one, how big are these bags? Right, so they're 3 ounces. And Billy, you might know and be able to reach out to me and help tell me if you think that bag, maybe even folded, like folded over or something, could fit in the box. Because if so, and the price point matches, then I'll pull the trigger and I'll order the bags.
Well, I'll tell you, just as a consumer, I know Beard Octane beard oil and beard products, but I didn't know anything about their beef
Neither
product.
did I. I didn't know anything about any of this before.
So that would be an amazing opportunity to spread the word out to actual people, and they're going to eat it and they're going to say, damn, this is good. And they're going to go back and buy it from them. So, I mean, I've never talked to them before. I have heard nothing but good things about their products, but that sounds like an opportunity to me. That's just me though.
I told him, I was like, and that was part of the thing, is that like the guy from Norway was like, I can't send you free stuff to put in your box to sell for profit. And I was like, this is 10 minutes into the conversation where I already talked to him about I wanted to buy the stuff at wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna order a bag tonight. Oh yeah, just throw some 20s in there. Yeah, I could do that one month, Billy. No, what he's talking about is he's talking about D20s. Do you know what a D20 is?
No.
Okay, they're the main dice you use for playing Dungeons and Dragons, right? Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Now, all right.
Okay, and he and I have been trying to get like a D20, like a beard community Dungeons and Dragons group together where we stream like us playing the game every week, right?
Okay.
Haven't found anybody. Before all of this was going on, all this COVID BS, I was playing twice a week, right? Like I would go for about 5-6 hours at a time and just sit there and play Dungeons and Dragons with 2 different groups. I've been doing that for about 3 or 4 years.
Like you actually go to someone's house and play?
I go to a gaming store.
Oh, okay.
But
That's awesome. I haven't heard of people playing I guess I just been out of the loop, but I haven't heard people playing Dungeons and Dragons since like the late '80s, really, or
yeah,
early '90s.
it didn't die. It never went away. It just what
Oh,
ended up
shit.
happening is mainstream stopped caring about it.
Okay.
Right, like the whole you play Dungeons and Dragons, the devil's gonna get you. Right.
Yeah.
you know, um, that kind of went away, and so people just stopped caring. But the game never went away.
Hmm.
Like I think when the '80s was going on, it was second edition D&D,
Okay.
right? Okay, and now we're on like fifth edition. So
Yeah,
if that explains
is making a big comeback.
it's grown and grown and grown. It's honestly when I first started playing the game, it was on a fluke. My buddies were trying to put a group together in like their house, and
Mm-hmm.
they needed another player, and I was like, and I'd sit there and I'd watch them play it, and I was like, man, this is like, and they were like, come on, just play. We'll make you a character. You can play, whatever. And I was like, all right. And so I sat there and I played, and then that kind of went on for a while, and then eventually that group kind of died. Like it's like, different people went different places, and I stopped playing it for a while, and then one of those buddies moved back to Tampa, and he was like, man, I want to get back into playing. I hear they have it at this game store over here. They have open nights where you can just come and play. And I was like, okay, why don't we go? So we went, and then he ended up dropping out, got a job, couldn't play it again anymore after like 3 months. And I was like, I've been going ever since. Like, I just never stopped. Like, my girlfriend played for a little while, wasn't very good.
Yeah.
She want to learn. Like every character does something different, and you got to learn how all these things work. And she just didn't really like care. So it was just like it was a night out of the house. It wasn't like she's like going to go play, and that's the thing. It's like she's interested in it. It was just like for her, it's like she's getting the fuck out of the house.
Yeah. No, I mean, and yeah, she's like, okay, go hang out with the guys. I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah, basically that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool though. I mean, it's good to have your own hobbies,
Yeah.
Let's see here. Well, so I threw your code back up again. Mike Tyson 40% off the first month. And
we are open right now for this month. I opened it a couple days ago. So if you are interested, like Logan, if you're interested, come check us out.
Yeah, because you only open a certain amount of spots per month to manage it, right? And then then once those slots are filled, that's it for the rest of the month, and then you have to wait until the next month to open up. So if you're interested, definitely jump on this.
Once all the boxes are dropped off at the post office, I reopen it again.
Okay.
Like that moment, right? That way I know, like, okay, this month is gone, right? I don't have to worry about like I don't have to worry about cross streaming of the orders, or going through and being like, okay, when was this date? When did this come in? Okay, that's after the checkoff. Don't worry about printing this one. Like.
Right. So Billy says he had to be right back. Got to go check in with the prison. I hope the warden gave you permission.
Is that the wife?
I don't want to make any assumptions, but I suspect.
Maybe. I don't know if he's a Billy. Are you a prison guard, or is the prison your your spouse?
Well, he came back pretty quickly, so I think
thinking it's the wife,
Hopefully with a hell yeah, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
That's the approach you take, I think. Is think of how much I'll save by doing this. You know what I mean? I mean, take it and make it a positive.
I do have to mention C Breezy and I were having a conversation last night, and he told me like his his story of getting the box was probably one of the funniest things that I've heard, which was he was talking about how he was really invested in the game, the Pokemon Go for Power Rangers game. Right. Okay. And then he found out about the box and was like, nope, gotta cancel this Power Rangers.
Yeah. Get your priorities straight, right?
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. Like, Pokemon Go.
No, so as it turns out, Billy is a corrections officer, literally the prison. So
yeah,
thank you for your service, Billy. We really appreciate you. And he is already a monthly subscriber.
Yeah, monthly subscriber. Awesome. I didn't know if he was like, I gotta go check in with the old ball and chain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And but no, it's actually a prison. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So that must be tough work. So let's see. Billy is an amazing guy. Love you, Billy. Awesome. So that is really cool, though, and I mean, for $20 a month plus that code, I'll bring that code up again. And it's an easy code to remember. Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I try to make it at least pretty simple.
Yeah.
Now I will say, I was talking to somebody about this when I first started making the boxes, like when I was building the website and everything. The first codes I created, I was really lazy with, and they were just like Bento 10, Bento 25, and like all the way up. I think I even had one up to like 50 or 60% off, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a second. All it takes is somebody to have some modicum of observation to realize that the codes don't change. Just the number changes. And just to go put
Let me try this one.
Yeah, like Bento 60, right? Or something
Bento like 100. Why not?
100. Right? And then I'm like, oh, well, then I get to validate that order.
Yeah. 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 No, I mean, it happens sometimes. And especially, I'm sure I have some early codes that are probably even still active that I should probably go in and check. But I mean, we try to make some pretty valuable codes anyway, but I'm sure there's some out there that are like really easy to guess if they just started, typing in numbers.
Yeah. I mean, I find a lot of the ones, like some people have like really kind of easier ones to figure out. If like, especially like the sites that have the wheel thing, because it'll be like great deal, big deal, awesome deal, tiny deal. Like, and you're like, okay. So then you're just sitting there and you're going, what's epic deal? Like,
yeah. How do you get on that one? Yeah.
Right. No, you're like, okay, big deal was like 30%. You're like, what's epic deal? And it's like, oh, that's 40. Okay. Look,
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I've seen those on a lot of websites. Even when I look for different, like apps, they call them on my Shopify site. That's one of the ones I've seen before, but I don't do it only because there's so many others that have that same spin the wheel. And it just, I don't know. I just wanted to be a little different, but yeah, it's very popular.
Yeah. I don't like the wheel.
Oh, so Josh says he has not tried the bento box.
Well, you got to come try us out, man.
Definitely. Mike Tyson 40. That's a really great deal for that first month. And even the second month, I mean, and so forth, it's still a really,
yeah, I try to sweeten that pot even more for that first month to really try and get them hi, Officer Miller. How are you doing today?
Officer Miller, how are you, sir? Thanks for joining. Now, so Billy, does Officer Miller have a beard? Everyone's saying hi, Officer Miller. Great. I'm going to put them all these up here. Officer Miller, we will hope to see you here every Friday night on the Ferocious Free for All. We talk about everything and anything. So, Josh said no more stuff till he runs out.
Oh, yeah. Well, Josh, get at me. Maybe there might be a way, right? Okay, like I might have some workarounds for that one. We could put the box in a nondescript packaging for you. So the
Yes.
customer doesn't know, right?
And I saw a slogan said, for $10 more, we'll include a receipt that tells you how much you told your wife it cost.
Yeah. Which will just say free, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was
Thriller is a woman. Okay. Then yeah, let's no beard for that.
No, but Ferocious does have some women's products though. So definitely take a look at ferociousbeard.com. And I mean, we've got some butters, we've got a glow oil, we've got all sorts of things. Oh, she said hi. Great. She said hi. Awesome.
Yeah, I just I try to use like my girlfriend uses some beard products. I know she uses she was using beard jelly in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
That and I just got her a couple months ago from Anointed was their pink starburst beard rescue.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Yeah, I saw that today on an ad, one of their posts. It's a cool looking tin.
Yeah, I bit the bullet last night and I spent some money on their site with the giveaway.
What's up, Metal Chef?
Or with the discount, I've been putting off.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, supporting small business all the way. That's awesome. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's a thing that we're all kind of dealing with right now is that this COVID budget, that goes all on that. It's hard to kind of splurge. That's one of the reasons I'm doing, is keeping the discount going for forever.
Yeah,
is to try and get everybody that can, are interested. A box and save them some money.
Sure.
Make the deal even better.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the more you can offer people when they're having tough times at something that's not going to break the bank. If you can, then that's great because I think it shows you're in touch with what the hell's actually happening out there. Which is
it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
It sucks.
Absolutely.
We're all stuck in our house.
Mm-hmm.
Gloves aren't working. There's food shortages going on and more on the rise. It looks like imminently. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's we're in sight. For a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It's like, and I know they every month we'll reevaluate and see how we are in a month or so. But I mean, it's definitely going to run this for the long term, I think, and hopefully. Little by little, things will start to open up, and we can kind of hopefully kind of maneuver around and get ourselves to where we're back up and running as a country. But it definitely is going to take a long time,
And I don't know if, we're opening up too soon or should we have been open the whole time or, I don't know, and I don't know what's going to happen if we open up everything and then now, we peak again. Are they going to just shut everything back down again? And then we're going to go back into this for like 2 months and then it'll open it back up again. It's going to go on for.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing is there's just no easy answers, I mean, no matter what you decide to do, there's consequences. So I think it's basically what they call risk mitigation, you have to do the thing that is the least amount of risk, but there's still going to be risk, I think, for the foreseeable future, no matter what you do. And then it takes time to recognize that risk. And so I think there's going to be a lot of kind of doing things and then stepping back and reevaluating and then, going up back and forth on different policies. It's going to be kind of crazy for a while. So,
I don't know if they're going to go with kids for school. Are we going to keep these kids just on virtual for the next year? Because I know they're not
maybe
this year. But then are they going to go back for school next year? Are they going to be locked in their houses again still?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah. I mean, it's all up in the air, really. I mean, it all depends. It all depends on how things fall into place now. Like how do we handle this wave? As long as we are able to bring that curve down and keep it down and going down, then I think we'll be able to start doing things like opening the schools back up. And I mean, they're talking about like going to restaurants and wearing a mask. It's like, well, how are you supposed to eat? I mean, it just doesn't make logical sense in some ways. So I mean, I get it. We want to get businesses back up and running, which I'm all for. Small business, big business, getting business going, but we do have to be careful. I guess is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was going to be a big push for, honestly, like automation to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like where companies were gonna, this was going to be the big push for, things like McDonald's and all these other places to just go straight, like,
like robots and stuff.
Yeah, robots and no employees. Walmart just goes straight self checkout. Grocery stores go straight self checkout. This was going to be that push to go straight contactless.
Yeah. Well, let me see here. Billy says, where I'm in Georgia, barbershop salons and restaurants did soft openings today. We haven't peaked yet. Yeah, that's been all over the news because of the governor's decision in Georgia to reopen certain businesses.
Yeah.
So that's definitely, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, I think there's a lot of eyes on Georgia right now watching to see what's happening. So, and Josh McLean, he's not working at the moment either. He got laid off. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
I mean, my girlfriend's mom got laid off like really early on. They were like, oh, we're gonna move you guys all to working from home, and then that went for like 2 days, and then they're like, no, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's just laid off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, talk about a change in plans, right? It's like you don't really, I mean, this time last year, everybody's like, oh, cool. I can at least, I see this ahead and then this, and you have a positive plan about something. And then it's just, I mean, this is the biggest thing that's happened to our economy and to our people at one time, other than maybe back, and no one was around probably here, is from 1918 with the Spanish flu. But I've been reading a little bit about that just because I wanted to see what the similarities were between what they did back then to respond to it, like by finding like old newspapers online and stuff. And I think they didn't do it so much nationally, but they did it regionally where they were like, we're going to shut down, places of gambling, like gambling casinos and bars and things like that. But I don't think it was I mean, I can't imagine that it was like they shut down every restaurant. And of course, they didn't have the technology back then to spread the word either. So everything was probably slower to get the word out. And probably there were, now if you have a restaurant that's open or somewhere, a barbershop that's going to be open and they're not supposed to be, everyone with their cameras, oh, look at they're cutting hair in there, and they're like, everyone's going to know about it. Like it's going to go viral super quick.
Yeah. So, I think, one of the big issues I was reading about the Spanish flu was that it was actually spread mostly by military service members.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it was picked up by service members in Europe during World War I, and that was how it kind of got spread. And then what was interesting was I was reading about how in New York they had been doing quarantines in New York City for the Spanish flu, and they dropped them so that everybody could come out to this massive parade, the Mardi Gras parade that ran through the city to celebrate the soldiers coming back from World War I. And they were like marched down the street. And then the next day, like a couple days later, they had like 5,000 new cases of like the Spanish flu. And like all the hospitals are all like overwhelmed because, they had this parade a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, wow, times haven't really changed. Like,
yeah. I mean, everybody back then wanted to do the same thing we're doing, which is, get out and be human. I mean, talk to people and get to work and, do what they're comfortable doing, do what they're used to doing.
Yeah.
So let's see. So Smiley Joe 85 said that he missed a 1 week of work and he's been at it ever since. He does patio covers, screen rooms, gutters, and the phone hasn't stopped blowing up. Dude, that's awesome that you're able to do that. Really good on you, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sea Breezy Bearded. Definitely going to set out this first wave in Georgia till we see what happens. That's a good idea, in my opinion. I think that you're smart to do that. Because I think it's basically it's an experiment, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think they have any idea what they're doing. I think they're just looking at the state's not bringing in any money right now, and so we need money to be coming in tax revenue. We're not getting anything.
Yeah.
So we're trying to open up stuff to at least get some money rolling back into the state.
Sure.
I'm sure they'll do the same thing down here in Florida. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think Texas too is similar. There's I gotta check. I didn't see whatever happened, but there was a woman who was claiming she was going to reopen a salon in Dallas, even though they weren't supposed to yet, and at risk of arrest. And I don't know if she did or not. I've got to check the news later, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes people just make their own decisions and live with the consequences after. So Redneck says they did have telephones in the Telegraph and newspapers during the smash flu. True, they sure did. But I still think that word travels faster now than then. So,
How far are you from Dublin, Texas?
Dublin, Texas is I don't know the exact distance, but I think I'm within an hour and a half of Dublin, which I would like to go there sometime because they had the Dublin Dr. Pepper.
That was what I was going to ask you about. I don't know if have you seen the documentary on that?
Yes, and I think it was a really good documentary. I always disagreed with here's what happened. So Dr. Pepper licenses companies out to make
the fragrance, the product.
Yes, to make the product for them. And so this company in Dublin, Texas, created Dublin Dr. Pepper, and they made Dr. Pepper, but they called it Dublin Dr. Pepper. And for years and years and years, it was never, ever a problem. And in fact, they sold more Dr. Pepper than any other distributor or maker. And well, eventually Dr. Pepper was bought by Snapple, I believe. And when that happened, they went after Dublin Dr. Pepper, saying that they were using their name in they're using their name in when they shouldn't be, and so they ended up suing Dublin Dr. Pepper.
Right? Intellectual property infringement.
Yeah. So so they ended up eventually. End of the story is that the Dublin Dr. Pepper plant was shut. They shut it down, and there were a lot of employees that were obviously out of a job. The whole town of Dublin was based on this business. It was the biggest business in town, and I mean everybody used to have like.
And it's depressing at the end.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like the whole town was
put out of business.
Was around this whole company, and when the company went down, the whole
town went under. I do think the best scene in that movie or in that documentary was where at the end when they had the Dr. Pepper birthday party, they had the birthday celebration, and they had the trade in the Dr. Pepper soda can for one of our new sodas.
Yeah,
right? And all the townspeople were like, going and walking across and picking up like 2 of the new Dr. Peppers, and then going and carrying them over. I mean, I think that I think there was honestly from watching that documentary, it's a mixed bag. On one end, it sucks that they got sued, right, by Dr. Pepper for this. They were Dr. Pepper's oldest franchise. They had this huge cult following, you know, all this stuff. You would think Dr. Pepper should nurture like this Dublin Dr. Pepper thing. But at the same time, I think Dublin made a bunch of really bad business decisions.
Yeah.
Like, I think they should have done is, instead of trying to do what the movie was, you know, explained, was that they were creating business accounts with other bottling companies, like outside of their territory, to produce, so they could, you know, get around this territory thing, right? You know, because they never tried to buy more territory. They just kept that same 40 miles, which was great in, you know, the early 1900s. You know, that was a huge territory, right, to travel. But then with modern cars and trucks and all this stuff, that
it became smaller.
And smaller. So I feel like either A, they should have bought more territory from Dr. Pepper. Like every should have gone in and bought like another 150 miles, right? And then like, boom, we're gonna have 150 more miles of you know, territory. Or B, go in and but
I think let's do this. Let's continue this, but first let's do a giveaway. I think we gotta get people back into the swing of things. So let's do a giveaway. All right, and we have 11 people watching us right now. So one on Facebook and 10 of you on YouTube. So let's do now. Last week, I said you had to go to the YouTube channel in order to participate, but I'm gonna do it on both. And here's how it's gonna work, guys. Whenever the numbers come in here to my StreamYard feed, that's what I'm gonna go by, because that's really the only thing I can go by. Because in other words, if you're on now there's 9, so let's see. Oh, you know what? Someone dropped off Facebook, so we don't have to worry about that. So it's all YouTube for now. So since there are 9 of you, what I'm going to do is pick a number from 1 to 9. And I was watching Dave the Barber the other day, and I liked how he did it, where people just typed in the number one time. And then so when you see when I say ready, set, go, start just typing in a single number. From, let's do 1 to 9. And all right, on your mark, and this will be for a combo of choice. So on your mark, get set, go. 1 to 9, just type in a single number for a combo of choice. All right. Is anybody typing? I'll give you 10 seconds, or we'll have to start again. Oh, here they come.
Yeah, here they come.
Awesome. All right. So I am looking for the first person to type the number 6. So let's see who did that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to scroll.
Oh, nobody typed it. So
nobody typed it.
No. Okay, so let's do another countdown. Let me choose a new number. First of all, let me see. Start starting again. Oh wait, that'll be the nice try, Tim. Change the number now. It's a different number now. So on your mark, get set, go. All right, and now the number is 8. So let's see. The first person that I see that typed the number 8
was Sean.
And Sean Gillens.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong link.
It's above. It's right here. It's 2 above.
Yep, there it is. Oh, Yeah, I got it. They're right there. Number 8. All right. So, Sean, get with me either via Instagram or send an email to ferociousbeercompany@gmail.com, or just reach out to me, and then we will coordinate what the scent that you want for your combo. And you can mix and match. It doesn't have to be all the same. It could be whichever oil you want and whichever butter you want, and we'll do it that way. Oh yeah, we have some. Let's see. There are some. Here's some questions coming up though. I didn't read this before. But now the rule is supposed to be that you do one guess per, just like before, because I mentioned one guess per. So let's see. We got a lot of entries from you, Sean. Yeah, that's going to be. I think they're right. Yeah, one guess per person, just like we just did it before we redid it. So it's one guess. So let's do this again, guys. Let's do it again, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. One guess per person, and we're going to make it, since there's 10 of us in here, we're going to do 1 through... We'll do it 1 through 6. And and just type in one number, guys. No problem, Sean. That's okay. It happens to everybody. So you can just type in your number, one guess, please. Okay. 0. All right, drop your pencils, everybody. Let's see here. We are looking for the number. Gosh, this thing just doesn't want to. There it goes. Number 5.
Okay. I think it's Kylie, but I can't tell.
Yeah, I see that too. Kylie's reviews. You are the winner, Kylie. So I have your contact information, so I will reach out to you, and we'll figure out what combo you want, oil and butter, and you can pick whatever scent you want of the 55. Actually, I think we have like 59 cents now, so we're creeping. So congratulations. I'm going to just make sure I write this down, just because last time we had so many giveaways, and we did some custom scents, and I just want to make sure we get everything right here. Number 5. All right. Cool. Thanks, guys, for playing. That was fun.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a shame that they had to get rid of their sodas. Yeah. It was a big shame.
Oh, let's see. Going to hop off for a few minutes so I can go open my bento box instead of playing my Power Ranger game. Awesome.
Yeah. Did you get your box today, Cody?
If you want, if you're interested, you can do a live opening here. We can send you the code to jump in. It's totally up to you.
Let me message him on Instagram. See if he goes. I did want to talk to you about the thing you and I are working on.
If you forward him that same link I sent you, then that's the access to get into this chat. Oh, he's game for that. That would be cool. We'll do a once you click on that link, then I'll go ahead and I'll see you here, and I'll be able to bring you up on here.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on, Kylie? Kylie's screaming my name.
Yeah.
What's going on? That I might have missed a message. Let's see. I want to give it to
Billy.
To Billy? Well, awesome. We can definitely take care of that. You are paying it forward. Thank you very much, Kylie. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Let's see here.
Is there a limit on your customs, like the number of fragrances they can blend?
No.
Okay.
No. Because, I mean, not that everybody is going to, I mean, don't get me wrong. Every scent so far that we've made for people has been a scent that's come out good. It's been a scent that people have used scents that generally blend well together. I mean, you could conceivably make a scent that doesn't blend at all, but most people, when they're paying for it, they're going to put things together that generally will work
Together.
Together.
Well, I just think,
So,
because I know you and I are working on that thing together.
yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know if, when thinking about it, and I didn't know if you thought maybe adding, what's up, Cody?
Hey, what's up, Cody?
Adding vanilla to that thing that we're working on might be a good idea.
We can definitely do that. Yeah, there's no limit. I mean, I have 30 something fragrance oils, about 35 or 40 essential oils. You can, whatever we want to do, and we'll just mix it carefully and make sure if it doesn't seem like it's going to work, we can definitely
go back to
make sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Logan says, both my customs came out amazing. Thank you very much. So
yeah, I mean, and then I definitely are you doing the thing next Monday, or is it this coming up Monday? The new collaboration stream.
So hold on one second.
Say, can you all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I can barely hear y'all. Give me a second.
Okay. Yeah, Billy, I'd say contact him on Instagram. Direct message him.
Sorry about that. It wasn't an emergency really, but luckily my daughter told me that her computer charger was starting to get spark a little bit. So no, we're going to pause this for a second. So
can you hear us better, Cody?
And Billy, yeah, if you can reach out to me on Instagram, that would be great. It's Ferocious Beard Crew. Thank you. And I'll definitely get that sent out right away. Well, just let me know what scent you want. Oils, either an oil and a balm. I'll give you choice, balm or butter. Oil and balm or oil and butter. Totally up to you, and you can mix and match your scents. But then we'll get that out to you right away. All right, awesome.
First, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for jumping in here and putting you on the spot and doing a live unboxing. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks for the invite. Definitely appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have Alex's great bento box here.
What do you think of the new design?
It's definitely nicer. I like that it has this pull to open.
Yeah.
That's definitely a plus. I grabbed scissors because I wasn't sure if I was going to have to or if I was going to need them or not. But looks like I don't need them.
You just tear the tear tab. Because you're not going to, hopefully you shouldn't be able to open it without the tear tab.
Yeah. I like the tear for admissions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really a nice box.
Then this is, when you showed me this is awesome. And it looks like everything fits in here a lot better for sure than the other box.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is flatter.
Mm-hmm. And then the new top there, that's nice too.
Yeah, which I want to work on. I'm not too happy with that, but it's good for now.
Yeah.
No,
all right, so
upgrade some logos on there.
Exactly. So of course we got our little candy.
Hello, Panda.
Definitely going to look forward to trying that out. We got the Ferocious beard comb.
Ah, nice. That's a peachwood comb.
Peachwood, huh? Nice. Definitely look forward to trying that. I've just started to really try and get into combs and stuff. So,
Sure.
you got the Baron from Voodoo.
Nice.
And then here we go, Ferocious Beard Company.
And I'll
And
apologize
this is
in
a
advance
beard
for
butter.
the small label.
It's okay. Rio Grande Beard Butter. That smells really nice.
Thank you. It's lime and lavender.
Definitely get the lime. Anything lime related, that's the main scent that I smell, and I love that scent.
Cool. Yeah, that's
And then I'm assuming this is the oil that you were talking about.
Yeah, hold on one
Alex.
second. Yeah, let me. What's the symbol? Okay. We're gonna play a little game called Find Out What That Is. No, they don't have like. What was I thinking of? They don't tell you what their scents are. They have little little symbols,
Mhm.
and so our issue with it was trying to figure out what the symbols meant. Like, what does it smell like?
Let's see.
Because that can kind of help me out of the 4 option. It doesn't give me a
Smells-
symbol on their website. It just tells me what they are. So I'm like,
It smells woodsy, like a pine or a fir.
okay, that's
I think it's
probably evergreen mist, which is pine, cedar wood, and eucalyptus.
Okay.
Okay, there's a code in that or card in that bag that'll tell you
This bag.
it's the only brown one.
Let's see. Let's see.
Is it still in the bag?
No.
There's not a brown card. Yeah,
Oh, this one?
yeah, from Beard the Men. It should be on the back.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, evergreen mist.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
it sounds like a good scent.
The
It
other
does.
options that they have are, if I can get back to that.
What's up, Beta?
Yeah, one is something rain.
Yeah, you got Eden's bark, or is that right?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it is. So one is Eden's bark, which is cinnamon and tea tree. Another one option that you got was spiced elixir, which was peppermint, clove, and eucalyptus. And then there's secret citrus lake, which was sweet orange, lavender, and cedarwood.
They definitely got some interesting scents, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought that the little stickers were a cool, kind of innovative little touch. You know, everybody else has whatever. So I thought having that where the person has to go and then actually figure out what it is might be an interesting little touch to force them to actually go do some more research and figure some stuff out. Maybe to go back to that website, then read what they are and be like, oh, actually this one does sound good. Let me buy this full size.
Yeah, that's definitely really cool. And it almost makes it kind of like a game,
Yeah. How was that butter that I sent you? Did it come in one piece?
Yeah, it came in one piece. I actually have waited. I haven't not used it yet. I actually talked to Matt. What was it, like the day that I got it, and I smelled it and was like, "Yep, I definitely need some matching stuff to go with that." And so I jumped on and ordered the oil and balm to go with it.
Yeah.
So that just showed up. Yesterday, I think.
Yeah, because yours came in one piece. The other guys came broken.
Really?
Yeah, like
Oh my
last jar
gosh.
was like cracked, like all the way through on multiple points.
Uh-huh.
So I'm waiting. Matt's gonna give me a replacement one, and then I'm gonna send it back out to him.
Okay.
Uh,
That's crazy that happened.
yeah, especially considering like Nate, if you've seen these jars, like I feel like a tank could roll over these jars. And they'd be
Really?
fine. That's how thick they are. They weigh like 8 pounds, right? They're like the biggest thing I've ever seen. And he was like, "Yeah, you think those could go in the box?" And I was like,
Yeah, if I get big boxes.
"Yeah." I was like, "We could see. We'll work on that." I mean, even I think the tubes that you got in this month's box are pushing it.
Yeah. So that's this tube.
That's a
It's
really
definitely
cool the tube there.
mm-hmm. It definitely takes up a good amount of room for sure.
Yeah, and wax seals every tube. Like he ran out of wax for this, so he just put the wax in the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, and that's supposed to be so that's a chocolate chip cookie.
Okay.
Okay, and that's to tell you what scent it is, right?
Wow. That is amazing.
So I have a bunch of his oils that I bought from him to test out, like and I thought this one was pretty good. It was a little different, you know.
It definitely smells like a chocolate chip cookie.
It smells like a cookie.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to smell it, Travis?
So Beta says the company Can You Handlebar comes in a cardboard tube like that too.
Well, we got a 10-year-old's approval for the set.
Yeah, I mean,
cool. Tastes authentically like they would know chocolate chip cookies better than anybody.
yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I was worried that like when they came, like how big are these tubes gonna be? Are they gonna fit in the box? Like that's that's one of my concerns. Like, yeah, I'd love to put a ton of different products. I look at it and I go, is that gonna fit in the box?
Right. Yeah. Because your boxes, you get your boxes in advance, right? And you know, like this, okay, whatever I send out has to fit in this size.
Yes.
Yep. So.
And I guess I could order different size boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, one month if I wanted to do like a full size wash, right? We could have a bigger box that the full size wash could fit into. But then that just becomes into an issue of buying those boxes and storing them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it takes up space. And then if you ever have a month where maybe you don't have sizes that would require you to use such a large box, but I mean, it's like, which box do I pick this month? You know, I mean, because there might be too much space in that box for what you're saying in one particular month.
Yeah, no. So I'd have to have like, okay, I'd have to have the 6x4x2 box for, you know, 1 month, and then have maybe like a 9 by, you know, whatever for another box, and then that's like, you know, big boy box month, you know. But then it's when you know, somebody orders the box, and that first month they get the bigger box, right? Like they get the big box that has like the wash and stuff in it. The next month they get a tinier box, right? Or they just as happy, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what I mean. That's
or they like, what the hell?
Billy, I got your he just sent me a message. Thank you. Sounds like a great choice.
What did he pick?
Well, Billy, if you don't mind, I'll just mention, of course, Food to Joy oil and blackberry tobacco butter. Both of which are really great scents. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of them.
Those do sound really good.
So it's blackberry and what?
Blackberry tobacco. It's like a Cuban tobacco fragrance oil and blackberry.
Okay.
So it smells like an unlit cigar with blackberry as well. So it's nice. So
Yeah, what do you think of that Wolfsbane?
Dude, this smells really good. And I don't remember what the scent profile was for it. And it's kind of, I'm always really bad with remembering that stuff.
Yeah.
But it smells really
It has
good.
leather in it and something else. I think it's like a leather-based scent.
Yeah. It's either leather or tobacco. One of those.
Actually, hold on. I can tell you right now.
you looking up that Wolfsbane?
Well, I have it in my direct messages
Oh, cool.
because the company sent me. Okay.
So let's see. Logan says that Utajoy sounds amazing. It is. It's definitely amazing, guys. If you do want to try any Ferocious products, we are running code 2020 saves you 30% while we're all quarantined, and $35 or more you're going to get free US shipping. So just wanted to throw that out. Oh, and one other code we also have. You can't mix and match codes, but if you didn't want to, if it was better for you to use the buy one get one free, you'll get a free beard oil if you buy one with code BOGO.
So the the Wolfsbane was leather, tobacco, and vanilla.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
I thought of another scent product profile for you, Nate.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me hear it. I'm always writing this stuff down. I love to hear other people.
Well, I came up with a stupid name for it, and that was kind of where and I would say you could play with it and figure maybe out, maybe add some stuff, maybe take, whatever. So basically, it's a vanilla oud, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you call it voodoo.
Voodoo.
Like VOUD.
That's cool. That's a good name. That's catchy.
Yeah.
I can see like, hey, what's in beard, fellas? Voodoo by Ferocious.
Yeah. Just the thought. Yeah.
I think it's an interesting name.
I don't know. Things just kind of click
in your head. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, there's that's the thing with names. Like, there's so many different names you could pick for something, and I was talking to someone earlier who was like Madhouse Margarita, for example. It's a great scent, but it's not very popular, and I don't know if it's just, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the name is like maybe they don't want to buy something that in their head smells like a margarita. But if I was thinking about changing the name, I'm not sure yet, but it's going to be changed too. But like a lot of times, if you just change the name of something, then all of a sudden people are like, oh, what's this? This is cool. Whereas before, it just didn't catch their attention.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've actually kind of been wondering about is how do a lot of y'all, or how do you come up with like names for your products and stuff? Is it just like something that hits you, or do you go through like a process of like what's in it and try to come up with something that way?
I think a lot of times we just kind of start thinking of different names that, sound kind of catchy and sound like sort of fit the scent. And we go with that. And, although I will say though that there's been certain words like, because of the name Ferocious, like Savage. I named that because it was a similar word to Ferocious. And I thought that was a kind of a catchy name. And it was related to the word ferocious by just definition. Although we don't actually have a scent called Ferocious. After all that, you know, it's kind of ironic. We don't have a scent called Ferocious.
Why?
It could be that vanilla oud scent.
Oh, I told him voodoo, VOUDOO, voodoo,
Voodoo.
food,
Yeah.
right?
Food.
Now, then you have sense, Cody, like the one you and I were talking about, that cheesecake one,
Mm-hmm.
right? That I can't tell, I can't tell people who that's with because that's not confirmed, and that's still works, right? That's a secret that I let Cody in on. Nate, as to I came up with a scent profile the other day, and I told him, and occasionally I'll reach out to people and be like, hey, what do you think about this before I'm going to reach out to the company that I'm interested in working on this with? Like, what do you think? Right. And basically it's a cheesecake scent. So it would be like vanilla cheesecake, shortbread, and then some other stuff like we were talking about. But I can't. I don't want to tell you. I'll tell you later who and what it is. That I'm working with. But it was just like, screw it. Let's just go crazy, right? Like let's just go crazy. Like, what's the craziest thing I can come up with right now that sounds like a dessert?
I think that crazy scents are sometimes surprisingly good. Like when you start mixing scents together, as long as they're mixed in the right proportion, you can really make some amazing smells that and I mean it all depends on how much of each, like the ratio of the ingredients. But a lot of things really do complement each other, even though you wouldn't necessarily think they would.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all a balancing game, and it's also like kind of science. Like it's like food, you have to balance like certain ingredients that basically are going to go together anyways, and then you kind of mix those together with stuff that
Well, and that, not only that, but like sometimes like when you hear of a scent, like the Oud to Joy, for example, it's oud and raspberry, but if you put too much raspberry in it, then it really becomes a raspberry scent with a little hint of oud, but the raspberry is stronger than the oud, so you really smell raspberry. But if you just add enough raspberry to give it a raspberry sweetness, but make the primary balance be on the oud side of the house, it's a totally different scent. And it's like, it just makes the oud, it expands the oud to just be a lot better oud. But so what I'm saying is, like, depending on how many drops, and it could be a matter of 1 or 2 drops. You add 1 extra drop in there and you've just made that a raspberry scent. But if you had not put that extra drop, it is an oud scent with a hint of raspberry. So it all depends on how many drops you do. So my point is, like, no matter what ingredient you have, you might just put like 1 drop of pepper in something just to give it a little tiny bit of a
spiciness,
nuanced difference, but it's like, it's not going to be a pepper scent. So yeah, you can go crazy with these ideas, but just because you have like 5 different scents doesn't mean you're going to have 5 equal levels of scent. One might be just enough to kind of bridge the gap between 2 different scents.
Yeah, like definitely the one on the one collab I'm trying to get made. It's it's going to be a sweet dessert scent. Like I don't think it based on what the fragrance oils are. I don't think it's going to be anything but like a dessert scent. Like the idea should be that when you smell it, you're like, man, that's like, I want to eat that. That's my idea, right? Like I want to,
Right. So Pepperhead Rich said, so what makes your product different than the oils and butters that I currently use? It's a great question, Pepperhead. So, I mean, I'll just let you know, like we start out with, for our oils, for example, we use grapeseed oil, apricot oil, sweet almond oil, and jojoba oil as our base. And that, I don't know what products you're using currently, but this is the base that you get with Ferocious beard products. You can also add castor oil as an extra option at no extra charge. So if you like a thicker beard oil, we'll be happy to add castor oil. Some people like to have castor because it makes the oil thicker for one, and then also castor oil, literally as you put it into your beard oil and then put that into your beard, it coats every strand of your beard. And castor oil can thicken the roots of your beard over time because it's just the way it works with your beard. So that's the benefit of castor oil. But we don't use that as our normal blend just because some people don't like castor. But we do give you the option. So that's the blend. Like that's what you get in your carrier oils on all of our beard oils. And then we have over 55 different scents to choose from. And we also customize a lot of scents too. So like if, for example, you buy a scent from us and you think it's too strong, let us know. And when we send you out the next one, we can make it lighter or heavier, however you want to do it. And we also do custom blends too, where you can literally make your own scent on ferociousbeard.com. And you can make oils, you can do a matching balm, butter, wax. So really that's kind of what makes Ferocious different than many of the other companies out there. We make things on demand. We don't make 50 or 100 oils or balms and let them sit there until they run out, and then we have a sold out sign on our product page. We usually make things at 4 or 5 at a time. And then, if we were to run out of an oil, we would just make it right there on the spot. So you would never experience out of, that we can't ship it to you unless in the off chance we're waiting for a fragrance to show up. That would be the only thing that would cause for that to happen. But so those are just some things that make us a little different. So
you're making everything on demand.
Yeah. I mean, we let's see here. So this is my partner in crime here, Barb. She is she's my wife, so she makes a lot of the products here, and I'm fortunate to have both of us working on Ferocious because that's one of the reasons we can usually send things out between 1 to 2 business days is because there's always somebody that can work on a product, and she makes my recipes better than I do. Let's put it that way. So.
Is there a reason you didn't use like argan oil or some different oils in your carrier blend? Like what made you choose the carrier oil blend that you chose?
Yeah, so we've tried argan oil, and I like argan oil. But we used so I actually have some information on the for and why we use them. So like grapeseed oil, for example, has vitamin D, C, and E in it, and it also helps prevent acne outbreaks. Some people think, well, it's just grapeseed oil. It's kind of a cheap oil, but there are benefits to it, and this is why we use grapeseed. Of course, jojoba oil is a very nice oil. It mimics the natural oils found in your own skin and helps moisturize the skin under your beard. So that's the purpose of jojoba oil. And then sweet almond oil, that helps soften and dislodge dirt in your skin pores. And then finally, the apricot oil has vitamin A and E, and some people have oily complexions, and that helps to reduce that oily complexion. So these are really, when we were first starting back in 2017, we tried a bunch of different blends out, and we eventually decided on these 4. Now we also have a product that is called New Day beard oil. It's our blend of it's like our, I guess you could say our affordable, like, I mean, $16.99 is our normal price for our beard oils, but we have an $8.95 blend, which we call New Day, which instead of jojoba oil, we use sunflower oil. And the reason we use sunflower oil is because the reason we use it in our New Day blend is because it's much more affordable than jojoba oil. Instead of being like $120 a gallon for jojoba oil, it's like $22 a gallon. And it has much of the same benefits as jojoba oil is, but it's just much more inexpensive. So we offer that as an option too.
No, I just didn't know, I've seen nowadays companies coming out with like random things like broccoli seed oil or the emu oil or
yeah.
whatever. And I'm always wondering, as a company, what made you choose that blend you chose? Like why those products? Like why did you?
Right. Why the carrot oils? Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, the reason was that I really liked how it felt in my beard with these 4 blended together. And I mean, I've tried, and that's a great point that you bring up, because when I first started to create your own beard oil, I was letting customers choose what carrot oils they wanted in their beard oil. And I wasn't thinking about this for a while. I don't know why, but the truth is, when you order a custom beard oil, and if you just put, say, apricot oil as a selection, well, your beard oil that I send you that only has apricot oil is not going to feel anything like what our normal beard oils feel like. And so you might, if as it turns out, apricot oil by itself doesn't work for your beard, you're going to be like, man, this Ferocious beard's like, this stuff sucks because it makes my beard feel a certain way. But that's because I'm not sending you how our traditional 4 oils as a blend are. I know what mine feel like in my beard, at least. But if I take only one of those oil and put it in my beard, it's gonna smell like, it's gonna feel different because it's not all 4 oils blended. It's only 1 or whatever 2. So that's why I did change the custom oil. So now you can choose what's called the Ferocious way, which is those 4 blends combined, or you can get the nut-free version, which you can get everything except for the
almond.
Yeah, and then let me see. Oh, and then you can add castor, which is free to add the castor. But those are why I changed it. So now you're kind of forced to pick the carrier, like to choose my carrier oils plus castor or the nut free, only because I want you to, when you get the custom oil, I want it to feel the way I intended it to feel. Because again, if you get it with only any 1 or 2, it's not going to feel the same. And I think that's important. You know, so.
I think Barb said something that's really interesting that said like some oils rate high on the comedogenic scale.
Yeah, the comedogenic scale. The oils we use rate low so they won't cause breakouts. Yeah, that's true. Like acne, or there are certain oils that, and I'm not saying that. I mean, it's been a while since I've looked at those scales, and I know like the oils we use are low on that scale. I don't have any off the top of my head that are high, only because we don't use those. And I don't know what, I know I've tried like emu oil. It feels good. I know Black Rebel uses that, and I really like their emu oil. But I haven't I haven't looked to like change our scent to change our carrot oils, just because what we have is getting high marks from people as it is. So why change a good thing just for the sake of change?
No, I didn't know. I always look at, like some companies are like, this is our carrier oil blend. And I'm like, okay, well, how did you settle on that? Right.
Yeah.
Over, including these, or, including, why did you use regular castor versus black castor?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I have not used black castor yet. I've seen it. I've not used it. I've not tried it. So
it's pretty good. It's a little, it's like more roasted, and it's a little thicker than regular castor.
Okay.
Syrupy, right? Okay. But it's the same thing.
Oh, so it feels in your beard like regular, or does it feel?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. When I was trying to make beard oil, that blend was black castor, and I think it was vitamin E oil, argan, jojoba, black castor, and then I think something else. I forget what
Okay.
the last part was, but it was like six products blended together, and I mean the blend worked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just, obviously, as you and I talked, I was just not really good at the whole layering fragrances thing, right? And I was like, this is shit.
And I will also say too that so I mean everybody's beard is different. So what feels one way in my beard might not necessarily feel the same way in your beard, depending on your hair type, your beard hair type, your skin. There's I mean everybody has a different beard. So I mean most people that I've sold beard oil to, it works fine. Every now and then there's somebody that's like, you know what, I tried like there was a review just a few weeks ago where the beard balm caused his beard hair to get dry. He said he put it in his beard and overnight, he woke up the next morning and it felt like, to him, it felt like straw. So that's not normal, or that's not the normal experience that I hear about when someone uses the beard butter. But every now and then you're going to have somebody that for whatever reason, that's just how their body, their hair works. But that's why we have the money back guarantee, or you can swap a scent or get your money back, because we want everybody to be happy at Ferocious. If they're not happy with the product, then I don't want them to feel like they've been, they've wasted their money. So that's why we're happy to refund them if something doesn't work for them. So.
It's just, it's an interesting game,
Yeah, it is. I mean, so like, someone told me 4 years ago when I grew my beard's going to change your life. And I was like, come on, dude, what are you kidding me? And like guy at work, when he made me some beard oil, and it's true. Like here I am 4 years later, running my own company. And we just sold our 3,000th, shipped our 3,000th product out to someone. So I'm happy. I'm excited about that because I love to share what we have. I like to help people. So if our products help their beard feel good, which in turn is going to make them feel good about themselves, then I'm happy about that. So and we're just getting started.
I mean, listen, when I did my beard, it was honestly, I hated it when I first started growing it. It just wasn't coming in the way I wanted to. It wasn't looking the way I wanted it to. And then it was like my girlfriend was just like, just keep growing it, just keep growing it. I'm liking it, just keep growing it. And then it got to some point I was like, okay, it looks good. We can keep it.
So John wrote, what's the best way to buy this product? Go to Ferocious. Well, for mine, go to ferociousbeard.com if you're interested in Ferocious Beard products. For yours, it's beardbento.com, which is the monthly subscription. And code Mike Tyson 40 will save you 40% on your first monthly subscription. And then for my website, code 2020 saves 30% on all your products, and you'll get a free shipping in the US over $35.
Oh, my girlfriend just commented, very glad I forced him because he ain't handsome.
Well, we're glad you forced him too.
Yeah, I remember when I first started growing, or the first time I tried growing my beard out, it just started to grow like sideways and everything. And as far as like fullness, I've never had a problem with that, but it would just grow outward, and it was really annoying. So, I mean, the heated brush helps with keeping it down, but even now with just using oils and stuff, it definitely lays a lot better. And I mean, surprisingly, I haven't had any blend yet that's really just kind of made my hair not feel good or my skin not feel good. So everything is taken pretty well, which has been nice. But it's definitely a lot better this go around than last summer when it just stuck straight out and made me look like I was trying to be a lion or something.
Yeah. Do you find that as your beard gets longer, though, the weight of it helps to kind of keep it shaped better?
It does. I'll still use beard balm during the day just because I'm moving when I'm at work. I'm working in the warehouse and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going back and forth between the warehouse and office. So when I start taking my hoodies off and putting them back on, or going too quick, it'll get all, you know. So it's nice to kind of have that beard balm just to help me push it back and it stay looking nice for the office area.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
it definitely does help. The only time is like at nighttime. The
Mm-hmm.
only difference is between night and day is just that it scrunches up a little bit more. And because I don't use a heat brush or blow dry or anything at nighttime, I just comb through it. So it
Mm-hmm.
just has that more of its natural waves at that point.
Okay. Do you use a heat brush every day, or is it
Pretty much.
Okay.
Um, I try to be smart about how I'm doing it and everything, 'cause I don't want to kill or damage any hair or my
Mm-hmm.
follicles or skin underneath. Um, so I try to be really quick with it. And I think it's up at like 180 for Celsius or 200 Celsius, something like that. If I remember correctly. I don't remember if it's in Celsius or Fahrenheit, but
Okay.
I just try to wipe it real quick and then um, push it to the side real quick. And
Okay.
then at that point, when I put everything else in it, just lays down nicely.
Sure. No, that's good. And your beard is probably another, I would say, almost 3 inches maybe than mine. And yours is quite a bit longer than mine, I believe. Let's see.
I was actually, let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know. I was trying to get a measurement on it the other day and I pulled out a hair. I think it's like 4 or 5, I think in the front, something like
Okay.
that, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna let mine grow out some more longer. I do like it when it's longer. Every now and then I'll like last time I messed up underneath my neckline, and so I had like steps almost, and so the front was long, and then the center was medium length, and then in closer to my neck itself was short. So I just decided to make it a little shorter and just let it all kind of grow out uniformly. So
Hmm.
that's what I've been doing lately. And I'm just going to try touching up around my lip line and then let the rest of it grow down and see what happens.
Yeah, I had that problem with like the sides a lot, and I've just kind of letting it kind of catch up and fix it with styling for the
Hmm.
time being because I cut it. There's like a hiccup where I cut it a little bit too high when I was doing the angle to try and get the look I wanted when it was shorter.
Hmm.
And so now that it's grown out, you can see that there's like a shelf when I do like side beard posts. And there's
Yeah.
one on my Instagram where you can just really tell that there's this level and then
Hmm.
there's the rest of the beard.
Sure. Yeah. No, I
but
totally relate to that.
but I was just like, I'm not gonna try and cut it off and redo it. We're just gonna let it be what it is.
Hmm.
So
It's funny. I can't remember when I was first learning how to trim or trim the hairs on my beard. There's one guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I watched his video, and I had the razors, going on while I was watching his video, and then I mentioned it to a guy at my work, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I watched." He told me he does the same thing, and he brought up the video. It was the same exact guy. This guy in his bathroom, he's bald and dark beard, but I think he's like
mhm.
got the top number one YouTube video for how to trim your beard. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people learn from him at first.
Yeah, I mean, just like a couple weeks ago, I trimmed this up, like, and I honestly, I just kind of went down like really low, and I was like, oh, well, there goes like my point, like,
Yeah.
well, that's gone, right? And I was like, well, it'll grow back.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it'll grow back. But that's the one thing I remember that guy in that video mentioned is like try not to follow the neckline, but instead kind of just bring it straight down, and without going too much in. Because if you go too in, then it'll shorten
The
the
length,
hairs behind the front, I guess, of the beard.
Does it go all the way, Cody? Does yours go all the way down the neck? How do you shape your jawline under?
So like, I don't know if I can get a. Let's see. It's
Okay.
just V'd up right underneath the.
Okay. So
And
you
that's
lift like your whole beard up when shaving.
basically. Which honestly, here lately, I've only got my lines done and everything redone to how I've had it when I go to the barber shop. Just because for me, when being shorter and then trying to hold the beard up, I can't see very well anyway.
How tall?
And like 5'7".
Okay, so you're about the same height as me, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And my issue is like I tried growing a big beard like that at one point, right? Like you have, and I don't know. I felt like I looked like Papa Smurf, right? like you're just like, you're not this big guy, and you're kind of a tiny guy, and then you've got like this big beard. Like I was like, I don't know, right? Like
it worked for Papa Smurf, right? But yeah, I've seen that before with the people that are real short and yet their beards are really long, but
We
it's
got to
not
make
white
ourselves
though.
feel masculine.
yeah. I don't know.
But you still have a dark beard though. It's slow. I mean, I think that would be a good look, I think.
I'm also lazier maintenance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like like on a day to day, like I don't know if every day I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna heat it, I'm gonna blow dry it, I'm gonna brush it, right? Like I kind of want something that I can like, maintain myself for the most part. Get in the shower, get out, run the towel over it, throw some butter in, kind of brush it down, make it kind of look like what I want, and out the door is, because at the same time, I think you have an undercut, don't you, Cody?
And a what?
An undercut for your hair, the top of your head?
Yeah, basically. It's just the
Wait,
top.
right?
Yep.
Okay, do you do the pompadour when you style it?
What's that?
Like you put and create like a big like wave
Like
almost?
Elvis, kind of.
Oh no, I don't do that.
I'll send you some pictures of what you can do with it. So I tried growing that haircut to have the huge coiffed pompadour almost, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had this big coiffed pompadour. I had this big beard, right? It was like high maintenance overload, right? Like, the issue is my hair grows back so fast that like a week later after the haircut, it looks like shit, right? Like it looks good for like a few days, and then the next day it's like shit. And so, I can't afford going to the barber all the time, and so it was just like it would look good for that one day when they would cut it, maintain it, and then style it, and I'd be like, great, and then I'd leave, and the next day I'd be like, shit, I didn't learn how to do this again. Like, so then I've been going to see the same woman for like years to go get, who does my beard and my hair, helps me shape it up when I go. And I was like, all right, we're cutting the beard, right? Let's cut it down shorter to like a lower maintenance, but still has like the length. And then I was like, and then let's do the hair. I was like, we'll just cut it shorter and smooth the sides. All I did honestly due to COVID is I just shaved the head. I just went like,
Yeah, I mean, I usually keep mine pretty short.
Is that because of the military? Your military history?
Yeah, I think although in the military, actually, the top of my head was longer. I mean, it was like an Air Force high and tight, basically. And then, except the very front of it, I had kind of stuck up a little bit, like,
Okay.
I don't know, like Johnny Depp or something back in the day.
So you were
I used to do the whole pull it over thing, to make kind of what I think you're talking about.
Yes, and then go like this up, kind of.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I just got lazy. That's why I let the top grow out really long. I just wake up in the morning and put a ponytail in or a hat on.
And for me, my hair changed like over the years. I mean, it doesn't just change color, but it changes the way it goes too. Like, yeah, the thickness, it just doesn't style the same way as it did back then. So I think for me, it just was like, well, I can't do the same style as I did back then because it's not moving in the same like the same way. So I just decided, I also don't like to do high maintenance on my hair. Although like with beard, I like to, it's relaxing to just, after shower or whatever, just put the beard oil in and then use that brush on it. I just spend, 5 minutes in there just, and luckily I mean, my beard goes pretty straight down. It's not like it curls or anything. So it's pretty straightforward for me. So it's not too much demand and it's relaxing. So
I mean, I have my areas like here in this by my chin, and I can't get close, to show you. I don't think.
hey Jeremy,
but,
thanks for joining.
It kind of like on this side of my beard in this area, it kind of waves. Does that make sense? Like a little bit towards the end, and so it's like I have really thick hair, and it grows so fast that it's like like somebody grow on a plant. It's just like whoosh. And so when you get that thick wave, it's just like I don't like it. And I think it's like the longer I grow it out, the more it kind of waves towards the ends. And I'm just like, I'm like, let's just keep it to a length that looks good,
I've seen some posts from people that say like their beards start to shape like an S almost. Like it curves and then it curves the opposite way and then back around.
Waves a little bit, like the hair actually kind of waves, and I'm like, I understand, and I'm like, you can try and brush, and I even got the heated beard brush, and I don't know, it's just not, my hair just isn't long enough
for it to just grab enough to straighten out.
Yeah. At the time when I was trying to use it, so maybe I'll go back to it. I have the crucial bar or whatever it is in my bathroom I bought. I think I've used it like 3 times.
Yeah, I've never tried one of those heated brushes, so I should try it just to see how they feel and how they work.
They're basically a hair straightener.
Okay.
So, but if on the one end of the hair straightener, instead of like you have the clamps, so you one element of the hair straightener, and you put like, comb prongs on it going down, and then like when you brush, those are the heat elements that they like.
All right.
Okay, so Redneck Viking saying use a hair dryer. Okay, is there a hair dryer you suggest? And let me put this: is it readily available from Amazon? It's another caveat. I'm like, let me add that addendum.
Yeah, because we have a hair dryer in the house, but I should just try just to see what would happen if I use it. But mine's pretty straight as it is, so I'm not sure what it will do, but might as well. I mean, try it just to see what happens.
And it's just like in these 2 little areas. Everywhere else it goes straight down, like it curves. It follows and it curves, like it follows the way it's supposed to. Just in these 2 areas, it kind of it's like no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I see what you want. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I actually haven't tried the blow dryer yet. I keep saying I'm going to, but then like I see how people do it, and I don't have that little round brush. And then I'll go to the store and I'll look at them, and I'm like, yeah, but I got that heated brush, so like I'm just gonna stick to that.
All right. Jeremy says, I have a wave I can't get out. It goes from the corner of right mouth diagonal down to the back of the jaw.
Okay, so it goes like this.
Yes, that's what it sounds like. So, and I would say to try a hair dryer, but I mean, maybe you have. I'm not sure, and it may be too that in some cases there may be waves that just don't come out. In some cases, that's just like that's the way it is. But with these heated hairbrushes, though, and maybe some product, it may help, but it may then again just kind of over time just curl back up again. Well, let's see.
So like one of the little
Fancy.
tips that I saw in a video of how to help with the waves
Mm-hmm.
was like when you first get out the shower, if you comb your beard outward and then like combing it up to the sides
Mm-hmm.
and then comb it back down sideways before combing it back straight, that it will help start to get rid of those waves and everything. Because
So-
like a lot of times mine will wave right here in the
Okay.
mornings and everything, or if I don't, or if I go a couple days without combing it both ways, it'll start to bend right here underneath my chin. And then after I do that, though, it'll normally come back to looking better and not having that little wave in it.
Okay, good call. Redneck says Dancy Beard has some great tips on how to get the wave out of your beard. Yeah, Dancy has a lot of tips. He's very experienced and makes a lot of videos, so I can imagine he would definitely have something to help on that. And then also Bearded Metal Chef says he has a video on waves too. So check out Bearded Metal Chef's YouTube, and he will be able to show you how to work with those too. And he says, I use a roller brush and hair dryer after the shower. And he uses the brush where the wave is at. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna, even though I don't have waves, I'm gonna just go do some experimenting with my beard and see what the hell happens. I'll come out like I have an afro tomorrow on my beard.
That's actually something I'm gonna switch things up for like a month, and I'm actually not gonna. I'm gonna go a month without using any product besides beard wash to get my beard clean, just to kind of see what happens, how my beard and skin reacts without having it in there for a month, and then also to see what happens when I put it back in, and to see if the feel in beard with the products is any different.
Yeah, I know like the beard oils and things, especially beard oil, it's really helpful for dry skin under your beard. So that's the only thing. Just keep an eye on that because you want to try to keep that conditioned. You know, but yeah, I mean, it's a great experiment for the beard itself, just to see how your beard grows naturally without, on its own. But let us know. Keep us updated.
Yeah, plan on doing like a weekly update or something on it.
Okay, awesome.
So
yeah, there's no nothing like testing things on yourself to see what or nothing on yourself to see what happens.
Yeah, well, because like I said, I've grown it out. I've grown the beard out before without anything, and I know I didn't like the way it was growing. So I'm interested to see what happens when it's already at a length that I'm happy with, and what happens to it then.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like an interesting experiment. Now, let's see. We've still got 10 people here, and on YouTube and 1 on Facebook. And it's 10 o'clock. You know what? Let's do one more giveaway just because people have stuck around for so long. So all right, and we've got 10 people watching us now. So I'm going to choose a number between 1 to 10. Just like before, randomize this. Okay, the number's been picked. And let's start. Well, first, let's see. Yeah, anyone who's watching is eligible. For sure. You are eligible if you're watching. One number, just type in a number starting now. 1 through 10.
Anything happened with From yet?
Keep walking.
All right, stop. Okay, let's see. I do not see the number, which was actually number 10. So we'll go ahead and do another one. So let me just put a little divider here. New entries. And this time I'll pick a number from 1 to 5. There's 11 people watching now, so all 11 of you are eligible. So let's do a number from 1 to 5. When I say go, then start typing go. All right, I do see people have, yep. So the winner in this case was number 4, who the first entry I see in my stream is Pepperhead Rich. Pepperhead Rich is the winner. So you've got number 4. Let me go ahead and just jot that down here. So if you could just reach out to me on Instagram, I'm Ferocious Beard Crew on Instagram, or if you go to ferociousbeard.com and just hit contact me, and we will get what you're going to win. I should tell you what you're going to win. You're going to win a combo of your choice. You can do an oil and a balm or an oil and a butter, and you can pick any one of those scents. We have over 55 scents to choose from, and it can be a mix and match. You don't have to get all the same scent. You can get one of the oil, one for the balms, or butter. So that is that's what you're going to win. So congratulations. Thanks for everybody for participating on this one. And thanks for you guys sticking around. That's great. We have 13 people in here still, and we're 2 hours in. So, every week it seems like we're getting more and more people in here, and I really appreciate that. It's always great to see you guys and to kind of keep my sanity because, I think it's important to get together and just kind of touch base every now and then. So thank you guys. Really, really appreciate that.
So are you doing that new collaboration thing next Monday or this coming up Monday?
So I think it's going to be on Tuesday. And here's what's happening. So I came up with the idea, since we do custom scents, what I want to do is collaborate with you guys on new scents every week. And what we can do is we can come up with we'll just start brainstorming and coming up with ideas for a scent that evening on the chat. And then we'll literally make it available as a collaboration scent between Ferocious and our Ferocious fans. And we'll post it on the site, and we'll make it available in a oil, a balm, a butter, and it'll be at the normal price instead of a create your own scent, which is more expensive to create your own generally on the website. It's usually $30 to create an oil. And then if you want to do matching balms and butters, that route, it brings the price down incrementally. But I think it's a great idea for us to kind of collaborate together on scents and keep the prices lower. And the reason we can do it lower is because theoretically we may get more sales from that. So that's the whole concept behind it, was to literally create a scent together every week, and then we'll make those available.
Oh, so you guys have soaps too?
We do. In fact, Barb just finished the Oud soaps tonight. They will be ready for purchase in about 4 weeks. But she just cut them. She made them and cut them today, and they're just curing. So
are you doing? Here's my question about that.
Yes, Kyla, we do.
Cold process?
Yeah, she's done cold and hot process. So that's why it takes so long to make them.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't know if you were doing basically mountain pour or hot process.
So So Barb is the soap expert. Me, on the other hand, I've tried my luck with melt and pour just to see how easy it is, and I've tried melt and pour, but I haven't sold any melt and pours. I've given some out as gifts, and I've given some as like extra, thanks for your business types of things to some people, but I haven't sold melt and pours. But the cool thing about melt and pours is you can, you can easily make things fast, and you can make designs and stuff like that. But we just haven't sold any melt and pours as a product.
Yeah, I just, when I tried to make soap years ago, I did the whole process because I was like, if I'm going to learn how to make soap, I want to make it like real, the real way. Like, I want to do the from scratch, and it's hard work.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was quite a number of times where I made soap that just didn't come out. Like, or like it would harden, it would make soap.
Mm-hmm.
My issue, and I don't know if you guys have ever had this issue, do you guys ever had the issue where it creates those bubble pockets inside the soap that actually still have like active lye inside of it?
Well, first of all, Barb, have you seen that? I don't think she's seen that, because I know she's pointed out like bubbles on the top of the soap that we've popped those bubbles, but I haven't seen them inside the soap.
Oh no, I made soap one time. Like I made a couple. Like I was gonna try and make the soap company, and I had like all these different scents, and I even had one that had bacon bits in the soap, and it was to use the bacon would saponify and become soap, but it was to be there as a exfoliant. It was like a man soap. It had like booze in it, and it was used to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I made this. I think it was like tangerine effervescer. I had made a beer soap, right? Because you can use beer instead of water. And so I made this tangerine scented, soap, and I let it cure for the 4 to 5 weeks until it was hard. I thought it was good. Like everything was great. Went up, took a shower. I'm in the shower, and I've got this, big bar, like a big size, full bar.
Mm-hmm.
In my body, and I'm scrubbing and I'm scrubbing and I'm scrubbing, and I'm like, testing it out. I'm like, man, it smells great. It's, testing the lather. The lather's great. And then all of a sudden I'm like, ow. I'm like, ow, what the hell is that? Like, why is it burning? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. And I look down, and you can see all the like little pockets in the soap where the bubbles were, like where the pockets were. You couldn't see.
You couldn't see inside because the soap was surrounding it.
Yeah, and then and so what happens is when it dehydrates, so it leaves just the active lye. But the lye is still active inside that pocket. So when it mixes with water in your shower, it reactivates, and then now you're burning the crap out of yourself in the fucking shower, and you're like, well, there goes that load of soap.
Yeah. So Barb says that's why I favor hot process.
Yeah. Okay. So is that because you can then cook the lye out more? Like I didn't even know, because when I was learning about it, I knew there was a hot process, but the issue was I had to make all the soap outside. I didn't have a heating element. Right. So I would, so cold process seemed like the easiest option to make outside in the backyard. In the event that like we had a lye disaster, I could like,
mm-hmm.
it out, right.
Clean it. Yeah.
Clean it. I mean, I think the worst was when I tried to make wine soap. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So wine.
Yeah. So, since it's cooking due to external heat source, it saponifies quicker, whereas she writes, yes, cold process is the heat source from lye.
Yeah, you heat up the lye and the water, and you got to get them to the right temperature, and then you mix them with a cold oil, and it saponifies, and then it like forms like a pudding.
Mm-hmm.
So I made this wine soap, and I'd made beer soap before, and so the beer, because it has water in it, it still has like a lot of water in it. the alcohol cooks out quickly, but it leaves still like a bunch of liquid. And that wine got so hot, so fast, and it formed almost like a jelly. All the liquid cooked out, and you had this huge block of gelatin that was the lime water mix. Yeah, it was basically just caustic jello that like you just would not want to get on yourself. Like I was like, I had to, some kind of blotted blood out of the container down into the bowl, and then I'm mixing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the beer soap works great.
Yeah, I remember that beer soap that she made. Because the lye is cooking the beer.
It's gonna turn brown. It's gonna turn the soap brown because of the caramelization of the sugars and the alcohol.
Boy, that just seems like it was not that long ago, but it was a while ago now.
How long has she been making soap for?
Well, like recently, the last 2 years, 2.5 years, I'd say. But I remember years and years ago her making soap too. And then what happened was, for Ferocious, I was looking for some pine tar soap, and so she made pine tar soap for Ferocious, and except the scent of I don't like the scent of pine tar on its own. Well, I mean, I don't mind it, but I don't like it in my beard. But so we made different, scented pine tar soap to kind of make it smell a lot better. Like that. My first soap lesson was when we lived in Rhode Island. Yeah. Yes, I remember that was a while ago. Dirt Road Therapy, Billy. Who makes that?
What's up, Beardius Maximus? I don't know who makes that, but we can look into that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But yeah, I mean that man bar, was so good. I wish I still had it. That's the one I want to do. Okay. He wants somebody to make that soap. Because it had banana in it. I think it had avocado, and it had a bunch of stuff. Like it was like a really crazy, bar. And
yeah, that would be hot process.
It was a cold process soap, and then I had made this thing. I think it even had cocoa powder in it. I don't remember the coloring, and what ended up happening is to do research into how much of the stuff is actually sold, like in Tampa. Like I was going to these markets here in Tampa, because I was like, all right, I gotta see what people are even really doing at these markets. Like, what do they look like? What's the branding like? What's the presentation level here? Because my stuff looked awful. Like, it was a square, but it wasn't any of this kind of like some people do with the swirl and the, whatever on top, that they do the really artistic stuff. And I go, and nobody's selling shit. Like, people are walking by, smelling the bars, they'll pick up the bars, they'll look at somebody's, and this is just people that are already there with the booths. People who walk by, pick up a soap, smell it, put it down, move on. And I was like, and there was a woman there who was doing she's got the thing where she's doing that almost the frosting cupcake top thing, and she's like swirling it.
Yeah.
All this stuff. The branding and packaging alone was like amazing. And people were picking up her thing and they'd be like, yeah, this is great. But it's like $15 a bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Soap is, it's very challenging first of all, it takes like a month before it's ready.
Yeah.
And that's if it comes out okay, which it usually will, as long as you know what you're doing. But you're going to wait a month, and then, you go there, and there's a lot of people who, they make the melt and pours, which is fine, but they're you can make some really colorful and all sorts of different things with those melt and pours, and so you get these really fancy looking ones. And um, it's just that, like, even when we sell them online, they're so heavy that pretty much if someone gets 3 bars of soap, okay, it's going to be priority mail because it's over 15 ounces. And that's why they're like $7 a bar because, they're expensive to make and they take a long time to make, and they don't generally sell as well as the oils and the balms and things like that.
No, I think a lot of people just are confused as to what do you use it for.
Yeah.
Like, is it a beard wash?
Yeah. Or they're like, oh, I can get Dial or Zest at Walmart for $2 or whatever. But I mean, it's mass produced and it's not all natural. That's the difference, But
I mean,
the reality is that people just, they sometimes with soaps, a lot of people just want to get something quick. But if they want something that's handcrafted and is all natural, it's going to cost more and take a while before it's finished.
yeah, I wonder, do you think, because I like Dr. Squatch, their soaps are pretty good. Are those melt and pour?
I don't know how they make their soaps. I'm not sure.
I mean, they're such a big company now that, and then there used to be a company that I used to buy from, but I think they went out of business. I can't think of what it was called, but it was like, I think it was honestly just the beer soap company. Like, something really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Yeah, good point. Barb says there's no love poured into Dial or Zest. Bah. Yep, that's true. It's just, okay, we need 10,000 more bars of soap at Walmart.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Oh, here we go. Look, some soaps like Duke Cannon are triple milled. There's no way a small batch maker can triple mill a soap. Yeah.
So what is triple milling?
That, I believe, is, if I'm not mistaken, they make it when it forms or, saponifies. I believe they melt it down again, do it one more time, saponifies, and melt it a third time. I think that's something like that. And Beeria says, yeah, Duke Cannon's beer soap is pretty nice.
It is pretty nice. I've used that one before.
If I, usually if I'm buying soap, I'm using just Dr. Squatch. I'll just buy their like 10-pack sample pack or whatever from Amazon that has 10 different bars in it.
Mm-hmm.
They're all pretty good. I don't find a problem with any of their scents really. So it's just like, now the one thing I will say I did was I bought the sample pack from K-Bar.
Okay.
And I used that for like a while because the bars are like a little bit thicker than hotel soaps.
Mm-hmm.
But just like every day, it's still gonna last you like quite a few numbers. And I think it comes with like 11 bars in the sample pack. So you're looking at like, quite a few number of washes.
Yes. Yeah. Now Duke Cannon, I bought some of their soaps, and Barb's bought some too. They've got some really huge bars of soap. Like if I remember, they're like, boy, do I have anything even here? They're like, they're just huge. They're like, I don't know how many ounces they are, but like say they're at least twice the size of say a regular bar soap. They're huge. They last for a while.
No, I just, I was pleasantly surprised by K-Bar's like quality. Like the soap came out and like was really nice on the skin.
Let me take a look at K-Bar. I haven't tried them yet. K-Bar soap. Oh, I've seen these, I think.
Do they have the hand grenade on them?
That's the one I think they're showing, yeah. I'm going to try to show it on the screen real quick. But it is, yeah, they're, let's see. Is this thing working?
Yeah, I can see an image of their thing.
Their soap. Yeah, here it is. All natural soap. I've seen those. Yeah, those are they like life size?
Yes.
Life size hand grenade? Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty sweet looking.
It's like a full size hand grenade, yeah. And then so really, if you're looking at their full size bar,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if you're counting the normal size is probably that of a normal soap bar, right? The rectangle, right?
Okay.
And then on top of that, you're having what, half a hand grenade? You know, so you're really getting like 2 soap bars for one. You know,
Look, there's the wheel.
Here's the wheel we're talking about.
yeah, there's the wheel.
Every beard oil company almost has it. And well, that's cool. Yeah, that's I'll have to give them a purchase sometime and try one of those out just to see what it's like.
I did their coffee. Their the one that they use. They make with Black Rifle coffee company, like
Yeah.
coffee grounds in the soap.
So Barb has a definition of triple milled soap, typically made from deglycerinized soap flakes, soap where glycerin has been removed, and then that are pressed through steel rollers under high pressure 3 times while different additives are added each time it goes through. That reminds me of like I actually make fresh pasta. And so you it's one of those KitchenAid mixers, but it has the attachments on it for the pasta. And so when you first put it in, you know, you press it down through these rollers, and then you make the rollers size between the rollers smaller, and then you press them through a second time, and then you again make them smaller. And you can keep making them as small as you want. And then I wonder if it's similar to that, where like until eventually it's super thin or super smooth in this case.
Yeah, because I was thinking it was like what you were saying, that they're grinding it up, remelting it down, stirring in some stuff, keep cooling it, remelting it down, you know, or grinding it up, remelting it down, you know. And I wonder if, you know, maybe because when I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe that helps cook and really further saponify the soap even more.
Right.
It's really high so that you don't have the issues like I had. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like, can you imagine had I sold bars with that?
I know. That's scary. That really hits.
You sell 100 bars, and then like, you know, you're gonna these people be like, man, you burned the fuck out of me with your soap. I'm suing you for chemical burns. I would have been like, shit.
Yeah. That would not be good. I'm yikes.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, listen, guys, it is 10:30 now in Texas. I think we had a great conversation, and I want to thank everybody for coming out to see our live stream. This is, I think, our 3rd week doing it, so we're still kind of getting our feet wet. We're still figuring out how to make this better and better every week. So you never know what you're going to get here on the free for all. So thank you guys so much. I think we should probably wrap it up. But listen, I want to thank you guys both for jumping in on here. Let me see. I'm going to check one thing. See if there's anything I forgot about any announcements or anything. No, I think I got everything. So again, next week we'll do a giveaway again on a video. Just watch the video, post your answer, And anyhow, Alex, thank you for coming on, of course, from Beard Bento. Make sure you grab one of his. Make sure you jump on those subscriptions at $20 or $19.99. That's a damn good deal for what you're getting.
And with the discount, you're getting it for what, 15 something?
Yeah, it was like 15 and change for your first month.
I'm already working on next month. Like, I've got the mad scientist that's always at work here. Like,
yes,
like I'll see products and I'm like, ooh, like right now, I just messaged a couple minutes ago a company about getting their soap in the box for this month.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you never know what you're going to get. You're going to get some really great stuff, though.
Yeah, you'll never know, because it's just like, it's honestly, people always ask me like, how do I pick the stuff? And it's there. I don't know if there's really a process, right? It's mostly I look around, I see what I need, like for the box, what's available. I message companies. I might have in my head like a game plan of like, okay, I want these 6 products from these 6 companies in the box this month. We're done, right? This is what I want. But then I go in and it might be like, okay, 2 say yes, 3 say okay, but not this month. And then 1 just tells me to go fly a kite, or it doesn't respond or something, So then I'm like, all right, well, we got 2. Okay, moving back on.
Sure.
Let's find some more. And then it ends up, kind of taking shape over a couple days of negotiations and talking to people and, and stuff. And seeing what I want, is the product I want from them even doable, And I learned last night with that guy from Norway that they have such tighter restrictions on everything they do.
Thanks, Billy. Yeah, you're right. They definitely, like I know in Europe, they do have tighter restrictions for even if you want to start a company, you have to get all these certifications and or at least you have to have testing done for each of your products to make sure it is,
guideline certified. And because I wanted to buy, he has this this beer soap, right? Or beer wash, but it's not. It comes in a jar, not like a squeeze bottle, and it almost looks like he's like piped it in there, right? There's like a patterning, right? Okay, and so I was like, man, those little ceramic jars with the soap in there, and like all this stuff, and it's real German beer from basically from Germany. I was like, oh man, this is cool, right? And so but it turns out the jars were too big, right? And I was like, okay, well, how about we make a we'll meet halfway, and I know you have different packaging. Like I've seen his other, like I looked through his products, so I know he has almost like the jars that you have your butter in. Right. Okay. He has those for like a butter, right? No, not those. Like do you know those clear glass ones that are about this tall?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Okay.
Right. Okay. But I think his are maybe a little bit smaller. I think they're only like 2 or 3 ounce jars or something like that. And so I was like, okay, how about this? How about you take those jars, right? You fill them with the beard wash. We slap some labels on them. You and I figure out a price, and you ship me 130 of them, right? And he was like, "Can't do it." And I'm like, "I don't get it, man." Like,
come on.
Like I was like, "Come on!" Like I was like, "Those will fit. They cost the right points. They'll look good. We get your brand and my brand to work together. It's great. We just move forward." It's like, but
yeah, it's tough. Like in different different times might be different. Like in other words, if you approached him 6 months from now, it might be like, oh yeah, no problem. Whereas depending on that moment in time, do they have this like everything they need? I don't know.
No, I just didn't know that, and I was like, "Oh, well, that sucks." I mean, I think, putting in for the certification for if you were going to do a new product like that for like a different size thing, I feel like you honestly wouldn't need to re-put in that product to get certified.
So I
Like,
was talking to a guy who shut down his UK company. No, it's not Norway, but UK. But he I asked him if he ever reopened again, would he consider it? And he said no, because I have to do all the certifications again. I'm like, are you serious? Even the ones you already did, but because he's shut his company down officially, when he starts up again, like all that stuff in the past, I guess, is irrelevant. He has to
well, no,
resubmit.
I mean, he's already selling this product. Does he have to get the packaging certified? Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was just like you had to get the contents, like the actual product certified. Because if so, then they can't dictate what you're packaging in it. You could
Mhm.
just claim, like, hey, I decided to go with a new form of packaging.
Interesting. That is so weird. I mean, it's bureaucracy, right? Government bureaucracy.
I mean, I always wonder if he just was like, man, that sounds like work and I don't want to have to do it.
Thanks, Pepperhead. Maybe.
You know what I mean?
That could be.
Could have been that. Like, I don't know, you know. But I was like, okay, because I was like, I feel like you know, you're gonna have to make a huge batch for an order like for mine, anyways, right?
Mhm.
Like you're not gonna be able to just take what you have on your shelf and just be like, we're good, like you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah. It would have to be, a new
a
set
new
of.
batch,
Yeah.
yeah, new batch anyway. So how does it make any different if you're putting it in your jars that are too big, right?
Mhm.
Versus a smaller quantity of it into a smaller jar that we could say, you know, is like maybe a third the size, right? That then would fit in my box,
Right.
you know? And so you're making, you know, maybe you're making the batch like a normal sized batch that maybe you make, say, 40, right? You know, it fills 40 jars for your normal batch. Well, now you're filling, you know, like 120 for me.
Mhm.
And you know, and it's just like you just sold 40 beard washes. I feel like that's just like a win-win, you know, cohesiveness that I'm like, I don't know, you know, and I haven't done that idea that you said to do, which was the, you know, how many brands would be interested in just doing it split, just completely free for advertising alone. You know,
Mhm.
honestly, I'm a little afraid to approach companies with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's going to be companies that would not be able to afford to do that.
No, and I just like I'm a little afraid that if I start approaching companies with that, that the way the community works, that's
Mhm.
around like real fast, and then it's gonna leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And then when I go to approach them, they're gonna be like disinterested.
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, and all those are just kind of brainstorm ideas anyway, you know.
No, you know, I thought that originally that was my original concept for the company, right?
Mhm.
Is that they would give me the samples for free, and then I would sell um, through my sales portal their full sizes, right?
Okay.
Like what would happen is they would give me the samples for free, and then I would get say 5% of the sale of the full size. The other 95% would go back to the company through
Mhm.
dropshipping information. So like, you know, the customers would come back to beardbento.com to buy your full size, you know, 4 ounce beard butter.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. And then but they would send the shipping and revenue back to you. Right. Okay. So like I wouldn't even handle it. You would facilitate all of the sales. So I didn't actually have to store anything. Right.
Mhm. Okay.
Like I would just be creating the boxes, selling those.
The samples, and then someone will go back to you to get the full size.
Yeah. And then they would come back to me to get the full size. Right. And it
But
was
then,
to control all information, right? All this data. So I could build data. Like, okay, how many of my customers are actually going back and converting on full sizes?
hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting concept. Of course, the only thing is, then the customer, I would imagine, would probably go right to the company though to buy it, and that's what ends up probably happening. You know. Hey, do you want to stay on and chat after? I'm gonna close the show, but then you're gonna be around.
Sure. Cody, are you gonna be around?
Cody, thank you for jumping in on here as well. I wanted to thank you for being here probably a lot longer than you planned to. But
Yeah, not a problem. I was glad you asked.
well,
So,
thank you, and thanks for opening that box
When
too.
I get my box, he and I were both like, I wonder if you would do a live unboxing and like show people what they got, right? You know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
then he thought it was going to be, oh, this is going to be quick. I'll be in and out in 5 minutes. No problem. Here an hour later.
I thought he was going to be like, okay, that's what I
Hey,
got.
so stick around for a second, guys, and we'll chat in a minute. I'm just going to close the show up. Guys, everybody who's showed up in this broadcast, thank you so much for showing up. We are here for you, and we couldn't do this without you. So I really appreciate everything, all the support you've given us, and we are going to continue supporting you and your beard needs. So take care of each other and take care of yourselves, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next Friday.